What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best OBS settings 2020. So these settings are for low-end and high-end PC or PCs. Basically, what's it called? The first settings I'm going to be doing are for low-end PCs, and then the second one I'm going to be doing are for high-end PCs. Alright, so we're now on our desktop now, and what you're going to want to do is open up OBS. Open up OBS. And you're going to want to, hold on. Alright, so once you have OBS, make sure on the latest version, you're going to go to settings and video. Now, you're going to want to make sure you have, so these are our low-end settings. I'm going to do low-end settings first. So if you're, when you're in video, if you have like a bad PC, you know, not a good graphics card, not a good CPU, these are probably the best settings. Now, if you have an encoding overload, then I suggest lowering it until you get the right settings. Okay, and then for this one, you're gonna make sure it matches your monitor. Now I have a 1080p monitor, so if you have a 1080p monitor, you're gonna want to make sure it's 1080p 1920 by 1080. But if you have like a, I don't know, a lower monitor, then lower it or set it to whatever your monitor is, and then set this one. If obviously if you don't have a good PC, set this one to 1280 by 720, and then you're gonna want this on bilinear. This is just, it's gonna probably stop if you're having an encoding overload. And then for FPS, put this to 30. Now if you're getting an overload, then lower it until it, you know, works. And that's for video. Now output, set this advanced, and then you're gonna want to, if you have this option, put it to this option. This just means you're using your CPU and GPU. I don't suggest using your CPU because that will probably put a lot of work on whatever game you're trying to run. But that's for encoder, and then you're gonna this you can leave do controlled bitrate, and just do whatever. Like if you have good internet, then you could do like, you could push this up. I suggest doing like, if you have really good internet, then do like 5,000. But I suggest just leaving it. Keyframe interval, I think you should set to 2. This, never do this. It will make it really bad. But if you have a obviously this is for a bad PC, so if you have a bad PC, I suggest, if quality works, then use quality, but try lowering it to one of these. I suggest leaving it just on this, and then keep this on high. This is just, yeah. Keep this on. If you have 2 GPUs, then you could set it to whatever GPU. I only have 1, so then leave this to 2. You're gonna leave that. You're gonna set this to MP4 because no one uses any other. Yeah, like, yeah, it'll just be so much easier. Use one of these. Now, if you have an option where it's only NVENC and not the new one, then use whatever one is. Like if you have a good GPU, then use NVENC, you know, without the X26. Or if you have a good CPU, then use your CPU. But I suggest if you have this option, the new one, then use that. And then also control bitrate. Keep this like that. 2. Now, since this is recording, you could probably leave it on quality, but I don't know. Yeah, just try leaving it for settings. But if you get an encoding overload, then I suggest, you know, putting it on performance or max performance. Obviously, over here we'll show you, like, if you're having internet issues, like if it would say kilobytes or something like that, that means you have internet issues if it's lagging. And then if it says encoding overload, then that means you're having issues with video settings and stuff like that. So audio, you can leave this, honestly. Replay, why would you leave that? Then go to stream. Obviously, you could just set that up. This you could leave advanced. Leave that on that. This put to full, and then leave this on this one. And now that should, stream should look fine. Now here, audio, what you're gonna want to do is, so set your, desktop audio. I have it on that. You could set it to whatever. But for, where is it? For your mic, this one, it should be this one. Set it to whatever your mic is. Now I could set it to, now I use NVIDIA Broadcast, so you could set it to this. And then you can apply this, go here, and then if you unmute this, look, it's going to be using NVIDIA Broadcast now. Or if I go back and go to, what's it called? Yeah, you could set it, or you could set it without NVIDIA Broadcast if you don't have NVIDIA Broadcast. And then it should be working now. Obviously you can edit, audio and everything. And then basically creating a scene, to record your desktop, like this. You're gonna go to, what's it called? Shoot, wait, we already have a scene. So we can remove this scene. You're gonna go to here, and you're gonna add a display capture. And then now it will capture my desktop. But if you have a bad PC, I suggest not using that one and using, where is it? Use game capture, right? And then basically if you launch, just do capture any full screen application. Because obviously if you launch an application like, Call of Duty or anything, then it will come up here and it should show up here. You could put capture cursor on or anything, like these are just whatever you want. Yeah, you could leave all of this, and then whenever you start up Call of Duty or whatever game you play, it should, if you go to properties, you should be able to add it, or it might just pop up already without anything. If you want to add text, obviously that's easy. You could just add text like that. That's pretty much it. Now there is now when you're adding display capture though, if you want to use it, if your PC can, you obviously have 2 monitors, so yeah, but you're gonna add whatever your monitor is, and then boom, easy. So yeah, that's how you switch monitors if you wanted to add like your second monitor or something like that. You can also add second audio, like audio inputs, and add it this way, but it's kind of just easier just to do that way. But that's all the settings for high-end PC. And one other thing is also make sure to check your CPU. This tells you like what your CPU usage is. If it's, going really high, then turn down these settings. Now keep this one at whatever your monitor is. So always keep this one at whatever your monitor is, but this one lower. And just keep on lowering until your thing is working. So now we're going to do the settings for the high-end PC. So you're going to go to, we'll start off with output, output. So you're going to do this and set this, if you have good internet, set this to 5,000. You can also, now set it to 5,000, and if you're having lag, like internet lag, then just, lower it, like 4,000. Now don't go over 6,000, but yeah, you can just keep on lowering it. You can actually even do, 4500. You know, you could just, you know, depending on your internet really. But I mine can run 5000 pretty good, so I have really good internet because I got like, I don't know how much upload or download. But then go here, set this to max quality. What would this be? I think you set this. I forgot what these mean. I think it has to do something like difference between viewing like on mobile or on PC, but keep it at high. Then this you could leave. If you have 2 GPUs, you can set it to whatever GPU you want to use. And this you can leave. Keep it on NVENC, and pretty much the same settings for here as well. Basically, max quality, high, everything pretty much normal, MP4. But now we're going to go to the video settings. Now video settings, you put to this. And then for this, you're going to want to do, I think it's... Okay, for this, you're going to want to do this. And this is just going to make it look really nice. It's going to make it look really nice, not like pixelated and stuff. Set this to 60. If you have issues, which this is for good PC, but if you have issues, you could just lower it to 50. Now, I don't suggest doing custom numbers, because you can do 120 FPS, but YouTube, if you're trying to do YouTube or Twitch, it doesn't even support it anyway, so... for this, you can just keep this pretty much normal, like how this. Now for this, you just keep this all like this, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now there's also in settings, you can also make profiles and everything like that. So if you want to make different profiles for different settings, you know, like streaming settings and recording settings, you can do that as well.